Good afternoon. My name is Donna Christie. Today we are super excited. We're obviously got our event, our Know Your Menopause event on the 25th of August up in the beautiful Aberdeenshire, but we're also going virtual. And today we are virtual and we are speaking to the CEO of Access2Funding, Dawn Coker, and her associate Neil Cooper, who is the project and events coordinator within the company. So welcome everybody. So I'm just going to first of all really grateful and thankful that Access2Funding contacted us. Actually, it was a man who contacted us from a networking event I was on within your company, and he said that you'd had a big interest in the menopause and the policies in the workplace. So long story short, here we are, and you have very so happy that we've got sponsorship from you to support the event, and I know it's very passionate. We've just had a conversation, so we're just doing this little video to pop out to share with other platforms and companies about the importance of workplace menopause awareness. So welcome. So Tess, I'll hand over to you and then we'll take it from there. Thank you.
Great. Yes. So yes, guys, Dawn and Neil, thank you so much for your sponsorship. Dawn, I really wanted to ask you, what drove you to sort of get involved? I know this came via Ryan in your organization, who heard the message go out from Donna and he jumped on it and brought it to your attention. But what is the true passion here for you around this subject of the menopause?
Well, as a woman of a certain age myself, I've now gone through the menopause, but I was put into the menopause at the age of 35. Working for large organisations, I didn't feel there was a lot of support. I became self-employed 4 years ago and thought, right, we've got people in our organisation, as well as me, that we want to support. So it was about retention of those individuals, because recruitment is costly. And also, we want to have a more work-life balance as well in the organisation. So it was important that we recognise the impacts that menopause can have.
That's amazing. Yeah, and so just because of the fact that you've been on the journey, you realise that it's not a straight line, it's not an easy process, and it impacts organisations quite expensively if it's not handled correctly.
Yeah.
So we're delighted that you're on board with us with this, because we're hoping to make some changes. Now, Donna, do you want to ask Neil the question, or shall I?
Yeah, just before I go to Neil, Dawn, so you've got over 80 staff members, is that correct?
Yeah, we're currently on 74 actually, so 74 staff members that are accepted. Okay. But we went into lockdown with 16. So we've seen significant growth during that period. And we do have a majority of females in the workplace than we do males. No, we haven't gone down that route for recruitment purposes, but it's just naturally happened. So it was important that we do something to retain and work with those staff.
So over to Neil. Maybe women are thinking, why is Neil here? We were having a chat earlier and it blew us away with your response about our conversation we're having. So over to you, Neil. What about the event that we're holding, Know Your Menopause, and also within your company? What impact has that had with you?
Yeah, just to echo what Dawn was saying, really. So we are primarily a female-led and female-dominant business. I only joined Access2Funding in March of this year. So prior to joining the business, I'd heard about the menopause, but I never really thought that it was something that I needed to be aware of or that was necessarily too applicable to me, until we then, as a business, launched the menopause policy. And that's when things kind of hit home to me that I'm working in an organisation that is primarily female-led, and I work in a marketing team of 6 people, 5 of which are female. So it's quite important for me, and I think for any male at any level within an organisation, to be aware of what women are going through and the changes that are happening and kind of the experiences that are happening. I think if we're educated as males, it helps us to make more informed decisions and to, I think, make them feel more relaxed about talking about issues and being transparent about what they're going through.
That's amazing. That's a very, thank you. That's a very powerful message to give. So thank you for sharing that. That's not always comfortable for men to talk about anything girly like. But yeah, so I know also we were talking not just about the menopause policy, that you also support your staff, other resources, which is amazing. What would you say, Dawn, that, you know, is that important to have follow-up with other areas as well?
Yeah, I mean, we're very strong on supporting our staff with mental health. You know, we have actually got a couple of long-term cases that we've supported people through. Now, for an SME, that's quite unusual. You know, we want to support people so they can come back into the workplace and feel comfortable coming back in. But things like, you know, even diversity, we hold accreditations around diversity. We hold a Navajo accreditation, which is a Northwest of England accreditation, but it is supporting the whole LGBT community and trans. So we are very open to staff ideas around what things I'd like to focus on next. We have, even through lockdown, we've had a weekly meeting with all staff so we could see what they look like. Everyone was working from home. It was very easy to spot if somebody was acting differently on the camera and we needed to pick up. So I think we're quite intuitive to how people are feeling, and hopefully that, you know, all our managers are doing training and development, they're doing level 5 qualifications. Everybody's doing that in the organisation. So they understand some of and be able to then have strong conversations in one-to-ones. So it's not just about performance, it's about how people are feeling, what development they want, and so on.
Well, that's very powerful. Sorry, Tess.
Sorry, do you feel that this has played a massive role in the ability for your organisation to have been able to grow so quickly under these difficult circumstances, but simply because of this level of communication and people focus? You know,
I think it has had an impact on the fact that people recommend people to come and work for us. Neil and I have worked in a previous place before. Becky, who we've chatted to earlier, Becky and I had worked before. So people want to come and work for us because we are people driven. Don't get me wrong, you know, we're coming out of sort of lockdown now, and we have lost a few people because they've gone back into previous roles. So they joined us during lockdown and they've gone back into their previous industries because it's coming out. So we know there will be an element of attrition. You know, I'm not naive to think that's not going to happen, but our core people are staying with us.
Yeah, we've found that. Tess and I run wellness series with small companies as well, and we found that great connection for that extra resources as well. So not just targeting one area, it's the bigger picture for staff well-being. So, well, I'm again truly thankful that I spoke to Ryan and things have progressed and you've sponsored the event. So Know Your Menopause is the 25th of August. We are on location and live. So you will hear more from Access2Funding CEO Dawn Coker and her story. So we hope you will join us. So for now, thank you very much for your time. And we will see you on the 25th of August. Take care for now. And thank you, Neil, for being so open.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.